Music is a character on its own, and the themes always tell a story. I mean, just working on the show, that was something that was always important. The music has to tell the story while you see the visuals. Season 3, we were in the studio with the showrunners, David and Dan. I played them all the pieces of music that I write for the show. They said, you know, Ramin, you should do a concert. And I took that idea and I said, all right, I'll do a concert, but I'll do something that's never been done before, and let's just make so much more out of it than just a concert. I've had performed live before in bands, but nothing on this scale, so this was all completely new territory.
Ramin's one of my favorite people to work with. The way that he can compose something out of thin air is inspiring.
The whole show takes the concert goer on an arc through Game of Thrones.
There's a lot of moving parts within the show. All of it has to exist as a 3D model.
We have a full simulation version of the show set up on a computer.
Everybody gets in the same room and gets to see what it feels like on stage.
We're making all of the video trigger at the right time, making all the lighting cues trigger at the right time, highlighting solos.
Obviously the music is hugely emotive. What we're doing is augmenting that with the lights.
It's actually great to see how the stage design, actually how the layout really looks, and kind of get a rough idea of what the final is going to look like.
Are we worried about that not making geographical sense? Do we want to use the House of Black and White?
I think the House of Black and White works better for Arya's moment.
Doesn't bother me either.
Everybody on my team, we're all fans of the show, so that makes it a lot of fun.
It's always fun to play something that's so recognizable to so many people. There's so much energy in the room when you play it that it almost plays itself.
These rehearsals are always my favorite moments. You want to make sure that the balance between the different solos is there, and when you then all play together, you see how that balance works out. That's what these rehearsals are for. Regardless of what your notes are, everybody play these eighth notes, right? Boom, boom, boom. I think it'll just be more solid.
It's so much easier.
I'm surrounded by the most talented people. Ramin wrote this beautiful melody, and you put real musicians behind it. It's exquisite.
Ramin's music is so beautiful. It's literally kind of unclassifiable.
I love when people interpret my music and they play the melodies and bring their nuance to it, and it's that nice relationship that develops when you work with somebody for a long time. Beautiful. Let's stick with that.
It was a little bit of an eye-opening experience when we started on this. Obviously, everybody knows the music, but I hadn't realized how much themes carry with characters as the seasons go on and themes blend together.
The show has been out now for 7 seasons, so it was actually really a lot of fun to go back to season 1 and see how far these characters now have come. There's so much music from all these seasons, so to condense that down into a 2-hour, 2.5-hour show was very hard. We tried to capture all the main themes and also all the main moments of all the seasons.
The things I actually like the most is what I do in White Walkers. I play 3 instruments, 2 of which I literally invented for the show. I do this almost martial art dance with a flexible didgeridoo, and then I go into what is called the wildling horn, which is a 14-foot long horn. Those are exciting.
One of my favorite moments of the new show now, the way we have designed it, is a piece called Goodbye Brother, where our violinist actually gets pulled up into the air and actually represents the werewood tree, and she's actually high up in the air performing the melody.
The music is so beautiful in and out of itself. It was really emotional for me to be able to play something that has meant so much to me in such an amazing way.
It's a goosebump moment. It's just incredible. The full stage is set up, it's running full sound, running full lighting. Well, the show is ready to go. I can't wait to be on stage in front of an audience. My dream was always to go on tour and play arenas like this, but I have to pinch myself, actually, the fact that I'm actually doing it now, doing it with a big orchestra on a big stage.
I can only say this is something you have to experience. You can't even imagine what this would be not being here.
People are vested emotionally in this. There are heroes and villains on the screen, and
Sometimes they're cheering for their favorite character, you know, or booing for their hated character, you know.
It just reminds you of all these great moments from the show, and for the people that have not seen the show, it's a great crash course. The music is a character in itself, and my intention was always, if you even turn the TV off and you just listen to the music on its own, that the music tells a story. Having that in a live setting with real musicians playing that music, I think that brings it to a whole nother level.